The ROUSH Phase 1 to Phase 2 upgrade kit is a very simple kit, right? There's only 4 major components at play here. The price for the Phase 2 upgrade is going to cost you right around $1,000, and it's going to get a simple 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. So who is this thing going to be for? Well, that's an easy one, right? Anybody that wants to take their ROUSH TVS Phase 1 kit to the next level and make more power using some more boost, along with accounting for some more fueling and a new tune thanks to the included voucher. More specifically, guys, this is going to take your 670 545 Phase 1 kit to 727 610 at the crank, which is a nice little increase in power. Well, let's break down what the Phase 2 upgrade kit really is all about, and at its core, it's got a very simple goal: increasing the boost overall, which will, of course, increase your power in the process. Now, obviously, that's a big oversimplification here, but that's what you can expect in a nutshell with the Phase 2 upgrade. So how do you increase the boost with your TVS blower? Easy. You change out the larger 85mm pulley included with the Phase 1 kit in favor of the smaller 80mm pulley included with the Phase 2 upgrade. Now, this is going to effectively raise your boost from 8 or so pounds with that larger pulley to about 10 or so pounds using the 80mm option here. And I say roughly because there are a couple of factors at play that will change your final boost numbers ever so slightly, and I'm talking long tube headers, and even the calibration can play a small role in changing those boost numbers. Again, very, very slightly, guys. Now, the nice thing about these pulley changes with the TVS, they're very easy. Straight up bolt-on job here, and the best part is you don't even have to change the belt out with this pulley swap. And for those who know, and for those who don't know, you can't just add more boost without addressing other key needs with your car, fuel being a biggie here with this particular application. So in order to make the injectors included with the Phase 1 kit work, ROUSH does include their digital plug-and-play fuel pump controller, otherwise known as a pump booster or maybe even a boosted pump, with their Phase 2 upgrade. Now, these things are clutch when doing a bigger power build, because what it's going to do is use your fuel pump that's actually in the tank already, your factory pump, and just boost and stabilize the signal or the voltage, increasing the flow capabilities in the process. So your factory fuel pump is actually capable of more than what it's doing right now in factory form. It just needs a little help, and that's where the plug-and-play controller comes in. A lot of times people think you can just throw in a bigger set of injectors and go, but that's not really the case. You need a strong source, and that's where the ROUSH controller comes in. Now, the really nice thing about the ROUSH plug-and-play controller is just that. It's plug-and-play. There's no need to mess with any wiring, so for those owners who dread anything wiring related, myself included, this is a nice little addition because it's simply just going to tap into the factory fuel pump wiring in the trunk of your S550. You have to make use of a ground there, but really that's about it. Very straightforward for the installation. We've talked about raising the boost here with the Phase 2 upgrade. We've definitely talked about raising your fuel or increasing the fueling capabilities. Now let's talk spark. And with the Phase 2 upgrade, ROUSH does toss in the NGK Iridium plugs. They are a 1 heat range colder plug than what you're probably running right now with the Phase 1 kit. And these guys will just be instrumental in preventing any detonation that can sometimes come along with running more boost, higher cylinder pressures, more heat, things like that. Now, just a heads up here, guys, my plugs are already gapped in my ROUSH kit, but it's never a bad idea to check these things. 0.9 millimeters is what you should be looking at for the gap according to ROUSH, so just be sure to double check them with your gap tool before installing them. Finally, and maybe most importantly, we have the calibration to kind of tie it all together. Now, a majority of the time here with the ROUSH kits, even their Supercharger kits, they don't include a handheld tuning or flashing device. Instead, they give you this, your little tuning voucher that you will need to take to your dealer and have flashed using the J2534 interface tool and the RDT or ROUSH Diagnostic Tool software. So don't be disappointed when you crack open that box for the first time and see a piece of paper instead of a handheld tuning device. Now, if you do decide to go the ROUSH calibration or voucher and you do take it to your dealer, more than likely they'll probably charge you for about an hour's worth of labor here, roughly around $100. Don't take that as a gospel. Different dealers, I'm sure, will charge different rates. That's just kind of a ballpark estimate. Now, you're not obligated to go with the ROUSH calibration. Of course, there are several different custom tuning options out there. VMP is a biggie, of course, that we sell here at AM. And if you do decide to go the custom tuning route, here's a couple of things to consider. You will need a device such as the SCT X4, for instance. And if you do go custom, more than likely, you're going to eliminate that 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty from ROUSH. So a couple of things to consider if you do decide to go the custom tuning route. Switching gears, let's briefly graze over the install, guys. We're not going step by step here. Instead, we're just gonna give you a general overview of what to expect. And I did land this at a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter as a collective here. Not because each individual part is actually tough to install. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Just because there are a few parts to install and you do have to take care of that calibration either from Roush and your dealer or on the custom route. So overall, 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter is what I'm sticking to here. Maybe a few hours from start to finish, excluding that calibration. As for that pulley, well, we already covered that earlier, guys. Very simple to swap on the Roush TVS 2300. No specialty tools like a pulley removal tool or anything like that. It's just simply 6 bolts, slack the belt, swap the pulley, and retighten the belt there, and you're good to go. The spark plugs here, on the other hand, well, that's pretty much wrenching 101, right, guys? A 5/8 inch spark plug socket, a little anti-seize for the new spark plugs going in, and that one's pretty much self-explanatory. Last but not least, that fuel pump booster, again, plug and play, making your install much easier. It's gonna end up in the trunk somewhere. You gotta find a little home for it. 3M tape, you can drill it into the actual spare tire well. Whatever the case, the physical installation is straightforward. Plug it in and you're good to go. This one's pretty simple. If you wanna take your TVS 2300 blower from Roush to the next level, then you have to check out the Phase 2 upgrade kit available here at AmericanMuscle.com.